What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel and the video review of the MJX BUGS 8. This is the box that it comes in. We have this design right here. It also comes in a different design with the red canopy. This box contains the remote control as well as the 5.8 gigahertz 720p FPV camera, the C5830. This is an optional piece, as well as the 4.3 LCD receiver display, the D43. So let's go ahead and open up the box and check it out. All right, I got everything out of the box. Let's take a look at the BUGS 8 quadcopter. Man, this thing is really nice looking. I got the black with the red stripe model here. Here are a couple of LED lights. There's the camera right here. This camera module is the 5.8 gigahertz VTX all-in-one module here. We got the brushless motor. Nice. Everything comes fully assembled. All the props were already installed and the landing legs were pre-installed as well, so nothing to add on or anything. Here is the proprietary battery. It is nice. It is a 7.4 volt. I believe this is a 1300 milliamp size battery, which is nice. It has the XT30 plug. There's a couple more LED lights in the back. All right, so we're going to take a more in-depth look at the BUGS 8 quadcopter in a minute, so let's go ahead and put that down. Now let's take a look at some of the other stuff that came with it. Here's the remote control. Basically it's the same one as the BUGS 3 remote control, but in black. It is nice looking in black, I must say. Nice. So we're gonna check that out a little bit later. Here's a ball and socket little thing for your transmitter. This is probably for the LCD monitor. You click it in here. There's like a little notch right there and a matching notch right on the inside here. You match that up, unloosen those two screws and click that in place and tighten it up, and then you can go ahead and click it in right in here. Here's the monitor, 4.3 inch LCD monitor, the 5.8 gigahertz. There's the channel button, the brightness button, the contrast button, and there's some kind of grid button there. You can turn the grid on and off. And there's the micro USB port, the charging port, and the on and off switch. Nice little monitor. All right, put that down. We got a couple of cables. We got a micro USB to USB cable. This one is pretty long. This is probably for the balanced charger. Charges up 2S or 3S batteries. And there's the micro USB port there, so that is cool. And this is probably to charge the monitor, the micro USB to USB charger. And there's some documentation, so let's take a quick look at some of the documentation. Here's a quick guide, and let's check that out. Okay, just tells you how to install the batteries and how to bind and how to put the battery in the quad and how to arm and disarm and some of the functions of the remote control and stuff. So it's a small instruction manual, a quick guide instruction manual. So that's really nice. And we also get some BUGS stickers. So that is really nice. Thank you very much. And we also have the big instruction manual here. And this one, it goes into a little bit more in depth. Let's see, we got the prop installation, we got the battery. Basically the same thing, but just more detailed than the quick start guide here. So that is really nice, how to do flips, and there's some diagram there and some extra parts you can order. And also there is a photo of the VR goggles. They have also sent the VR goggles, so we're going to take a look at that in a little bit. So let's put that down here. And there's a couple more documentations here. This is talking about the 5830, the all-in-one VTX camera. So, and something important here is the frequencies that you can change on the VTX. There's some dip switches. There's 3 switches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 channels. You can set your all-in-one VTX. And it flips 90 degrees. So that is pretty nice. Nice VTX. And another document talking about the D43, the receiver, LCD receiver, the 4.3 inch. Oh wow, you got the receiving band indication, receiving channel, receiving frequency, also signal strength, the RSSI strength signal. Wow, nice. Battery indicator and all that. And we got some channels that this monitor can whip out. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 32 channels, guys. There's 8 channels and 4 frequency. Wow, so that is really nice. A small little 4.3 LCD monitor that has 32 channels built in. Wow, nice. All right, so now let's go ahead and look at the quadcopter a little bit more in detail. All right, taking a look at the quadcopter here. The camera right up in the front, tilt adjustable angle, guys. It can go all the way up. It's got a very high up tilt, and you got all the way down as well. So 45-degree angle down and just about 45-degree angle up. So in total, 90-degree angle adjustable. Wow, nice. I think I'll leave it right up on that first click. Even on the second click is wow, but that first click looks pretty good. LED lights, kind of reminds me of a praying mantis, something like that. That's why they call it the bugs, right? So here is the brushless motor. The brushless motor is the 1806 1600 kV brushless motor, in which the top speed of this quadcopter is 80 kilometers per hour, which is fantastic. Awesome, awesome. I can't wait to fly this thing. Okay, so here is the 7.4 volt 1300 milliamp size battery. Take a closer look at the battery here. Actually, you could actually unscrew these and take the battery out. It's just your basic battery about this size. You can probably get something else about this size and still be able to put it in there. This will probably run off of a 3S battery as well. I've known that some people have flown their Bugs 3 with the 3S battery, so this is no different. You probably can fly this thing with the 3S battery as well. So that is really nice, that you can actually use some other battery, and all you got to do is get the XT30 plug, or you can manipulate the XT30 plug and use a JST or something like that, or XT60 converted. Couple of LED lights in the back, the antennas on the side here that we talked about already earlier. So let's go ahead and open up the canopy and take a look inside. All you got to do is squeeze these 4 little tabs right here, and they will unlock the canopy. The canopy is very light plastic. It's minimized the weight, so that is really nice. See, comes right off. And here is the inside of the Bugs 3. There's some kind of foam adhesive. Let me go ahead and open it up and check it out. Not all the way. I believe those are the ESCs and whatnot, the all-in-one ESC board there. As you can see, the motor wires are running off of it and going to the arms there. So that is pretty cool. Nice, nice. So keep that covered up so nothing bothers it. Kind of a sticky tape, but it sticks right back in there. Here's the all-in-one VTX, and this baby here is getting powered off right from that board, the ESC board. So there's the 3 dip switches that you can configure in different ways for 8 different channels. So that is really cool. Now, I've already taken a look at this thing and discovered that it also has a micro SD card slot. Can you believe it? On the transmitter, there's a photo button and a video button. So you can take photos and videos right on this 720p HD camera. And before it gets transferred into your LCD monitor, you can record your video right on this all-in-one VTX. That is fantastic. So I stuck in a little micro SD card right up in there, if you can see that. It's spring-loaded. You just stick it in there and it sticks in place. I got an 8 GB micro SD card, so I can't wait until I take it up in the air and take some photos and videos. That is fantastic. I think MJX has really done a fantastic job. There's the B marker here, there's the A marker right on the arms there. Kind of reminds me of the I-Ching racer kind of design on the arms, that grid looking design. But MJX has done a fantastic job. They have stepped up the game. They went from toy grade quadcopters now to a kind of a hybrid toy but kind of a hobby grade style quadcopter, because this is pretty sophisticated. I must say, with this VTX, it's really nice looking. I recommend that you get this model here that comes with the all-in-one VTX. That is really nice. You got the micro SD card slot, so you can record your videos directly here before it gets transmitted. That means static free video and photo recording, guys. So that is really cool. It is awesome. Well, what else is there to talk about the quadcopter here? Independent ESCs, the LED lights. That's just about it, I believe. So let's go ahead and put this down and check out the transmitter here. Now the transmitter is basically the same thing as the Bugs 3 transmitter here. You got the LED light, you got the on and off switch here. I haven't put batteries in there yet, so I need to do that. I'm pretty sure it takes about 4 AA batteries. I'll do that in a minute. I was just excited, I forgot to put batteries in here. There's some trim buttons here. I believe this button here, it functions as a trim button as well as the calibrate the transmitter button. So you hold it down and for 3 seconds, and it'll beep 3 times, and you can rotate your gimbal a couple of times, and then you press it down again for 3 more seconds and it'll beep again, and you have calibrated the remote control. The remote control already comes calibrated from the factory, so if it deviates from it, it feels a little different or whatnot, so you can calibrate it. So that's really nice, guys. None of the toy quadcopters really have that type of function there. Here's the camera button. There's a logo of the camera, so short pressing of this button will take a photo, and a long press of this button will take a video. So that is really nice. And this is the flip button, the 360-degree flip. So press this button and do the flips with the direction of the pitch stick. All right, so that is really cool. Now this will be the second toy grade brushless motor quadcopter that will do flips with the button. So that is fantastic. Only MJX, right? Okay, this red button here is to arm and disarm. So a short press after you have bounded the quadcopter will arm the motors. The motors will start spinning. And a long press when you land and have the throttle all the way down, long press of it will disarm the motors. This one here is the speed button, low and high speed button. All right, now there's a couple other things here. So you want to calibrate the quadcopter when it doesn't fly straight and it kind of deviates and it kind of drifts to one side and whatnot. So you want to place the quadcopter in a flat surface and to calibrate. So both sticks to the bottom and to the right will calibrate the gyros of the quadcopter. All right, now binding the quadcopter to the remote control. Now you need to press this red button, hold it, and turn on the remote control, in which the remote control will beep a couple of times. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and install the batteries on the transmitter and we'll be right back. Yep, it takes 4 AA batteries. Place that back. So now what you want to do here is, let's go ahead and put the battery in the quadcopter here. So I'll slide that battery in. This is just a binding process. So let's move this out of the way here. So what you want to do is get the transmitter, hold this red button, and turn on the transmitter. The light will flash, and it is in a binding mode. So now what you want to do is go ahead and plug in the quadcopter. and the solid light on the transmitter indicates the binding process is complete. We got clear LED lights in the front, and so far there's no LED lights in the back. Now you want to calibrate the quadcopter, so both sticks to the bottom and to the right, and there you go. The red lights flash in the back if you saw that. One more time, and then it stops. Calibration is complete. Now you want to arm the quadcopter. Short pressing of this button here will arm the quadcopter, and the red light will come on. And to disarm the quadcopter, throttle stick all the way to the bottom and hold the red button, and disarms the quadcopter. All right, so that is the binding process. Now what we're going to do is unhook the quadcopter and then turn off the transmitter. Now the binding process is just a one-time deal. Now whenever you want to go ahead and rebind it, so what you're going to do here is just turn on the remote control and give the quadcopter power and automatic bind. How cool is that? All right, so now this transmitter is bounded to this quadcopter. Now if something happens, like this transmitter is used to bind with some other quadcopter, you'll have to do that binding process over again. So just a short press of this red button and arms the motor. Long press disarms the motors. The throttle stick must be at the lowest position. All right, there's a couple other things to mention here. There's a two-way communication between the transmitter and the quadcopter. So when it is out of range, the transmitter will beep to let you know that your quadcopter is too far out of range and it is time to turn around. And also when the battery level gets low, on the quadcopter, the remote control will beep as well. So that is a couple of great features that this quadcopter has. It is a two-way communication here. And also another thing that I didn't mention earlier, check that out. When the battery is depleted, it sends out a signal. Nice. All right. What I didn't mention earlier is about the VTX, the all-in-one VTX. Now this thing is a 5.8 gigahertz FPV VTX. This thing has 300 to 500 meter image transmission. That is awesome. 300 to 500 meter. I don't believe the quadcopter has that much range with that transmitter. I believe the BUGS 3 gave me only about, I would say 100 to 200 meter range. And the transmitter will start beeping, so I will turn around. Hopefully this one has a little bit more range. The antenna is on the outside here, just like the BUGS 3. The BUGS 3 had the antenna outside as well. Now, it also is a 500 milliwatt transmitter. So it is a pretty powerful transmitter, guys. 500 milliwatt. So you want to watch yourself when you're flying this thing with the image transmission on. This VTX is on. It will probably bother some of the other people who might be flying their transmitter and goggles with the 25 milliwatt or 200 milliwatt. You might bleed over their channel and frequency, so you be careful with that 500 milliwatt power. With great power comes great responsibility. Remember that. All right, guys, we got another item, center stage here. I believe I got it upside down here. Center stage here, and it is the VR goggles. The MJX was nice enough to send this VR goggles as well. It is very light. It doesn't have anything. It is an awesome VR goggles. It is not for your phone, however. This is where you put the 4.3-inch monitor. So here's the monitor, and as you can see, there's a groove there for that little ball and joint socket thing right there. So you slide it right in here, guys, and close the lid. How cool is that? So you got the quadcopter on here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the transmitter, and I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the quadcopter here. So hopefully we'll get image transmission. So everything is turned on. Now let's go ahead and, forgot to turn on the monitor here. Let's go ahead and turn on the monitor, And voila, look at that. Check that out. We got live 5.8 gigahertz feed on the little 4.3 inch monitor, guys. Awesome. There's the battery indicator. There is the RSSI value. There is the channel. There is the frequency. Awesome. And this is the run time, I believe, amount of time that it has been on. So here's the channel button here. So when you press it, it'll skip through all of the channels. It's going on the frequency D, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And press it again. You are going to the channel A. And then you skip through those 8 channels in channel A. We are in channel B. And we are in channel C. And we are in channel D. I believe it was set on D. I think I overshot it. Yeah, I overshot it. Let me go back to the C channel here. Okay, that's not it. I believe it was 5945. Yeah, channel C8. I have it set on channel 5945. Awesome, huh? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and slide this baby in to the VR goggles, lock it in place, and let's take a quick look. Oops, I forgot to take this paper out as well. Let's take a quick look in here. There you go, guys. You got FPV goggles, and there is a Fresnel lens right here to enlarge the video, so you get that immersive experience. Awesome, isn't it? I can't wait until try this out as well. So there you have it, guys. There's the VR goggles. Alright guys, as I was putting everything back in the box for transport for tomorrow's session, there was a couple other things in the box that I didn't take out. Here's a sunshade for your 4.3 inch monitor, and it just clicks into these little grooves right here, one here and one there, and there's corresponding grooves right there. So you just slide it in, just a little hard, but there you go, clicked it into place. Yay. So there's a little sunshade. That is really nice, man. Oh, it is on there too, really good. No wonder it was hard to get in there. But there you have it. There's a sunshade there, and they also give you some rubber bushings, a little caliper, and a screwdriver, and an extra set of those nice props that it came with already installed. These are just an extra set of props. All right,